Now to breaking news. An officer-involved shooting that left one man dead and sent a Metro police officer to the hospital. This happened overnight in a Bordeaux neighborhood. News Channel 5's Hannah McDonald is there now, just off Buena Vista Pike. And so, Hannah, how is this officer doing?
Well, we're learning about all of the officers that were here last night. We are learning that 2 officers returned fire on a gunman here in this apartment complex. It was one 4-year veteran detective and an officer who has been with the department for a year. As for the 3rd officer who went to the scene here last night and was injured, he is awaiting surgery because he has 2 gunshot wounds on his leg. These are the 2 officers who Metro Police just told us returned fire on a suspect with a gun last night. The officers are Detective Zachary Ronan and Officer John Petriello. These officers responded to the Overlooks Ridge Apartments last night with someone else, 24-year-old Samuel Galuzzi, and he was the officer shot in the thigh and ankle during the shootout. So what happened? The TBI says officers were called to the 2400 block of Buena Vista Pike at 10:30 for an apparent shots fired situation. A man matching the description of the shooter in the 911 call apparently ran into an apartment that wasn't his. Officers saw that, and at least those 3 I mentioned went up to that door. Things then escalated according to the TBI, and shots were exchanged.
We don't have reason to believe he lived there or knew anyone inside of that apartment. So certainly this was a very scary situation for the people who happen to be inside of that unit at this point. And that's why you had police officers that were so interested in checking the welfare of the individuals inside that unit.
Now, the TBI says a number of officers responded to the officer-involved shooting, and we have video someone sent us too that showed us that I-65 was also shut down for the ambulance to get Officer Galuzzi to the hospital. Right now going on the TBI, these agents are still here, and this has been going on for 8 hours now, their investigation. They handle these delicately. They need to make sure they have enough findings to then pass on to the district attorney so that office can make a determination if the officers were justified in what they did. The unidentified man who was killed was also wanted in a pistol whipping earlier on Friday night right here in this Bordeaux neighborhood. He is kept anonymous for right now because officers are still trying to let his family know about the incident. In Bordeaux, Hannah McDonald, News Channel 5.